No, no, he lives in Port.
Good morning and welcome back to the World Bowls Indoor Championships, and we have a great game on for you this morning in the mixed pairs group stage. We are day 3 now of the World Bowls Indoor Championships, and this is New Zealand against England. And I'm joined this morning, of course, by Ian Marion, who's assisting with the cameras, and we'll do a bit of commentary as well. How are you doing this morning, Ian?
All good, all good. Looking forward to the game.
Good. So both the ladies are leading, which is Rebecca McMillan from England and Taylor Bruce from New Zealand. And then we've got Harry Goodwin as the English skip and Shannon McElroy as the New Zealand skip. So it looks like England have placed the jack and led off here. All these players have now had a couple of days plus practice on the rink, and 2 big countries in the sport of bowls, so hopefully we'll have a brilliant game for you this morning. So, format of the game for this championships is 2 sets of 7 ends and then a 1 end tie break if needed. For the pairs competition, it's 3 ball pairs. We are, of course, on the island of Guernsey for these championships, so 30 countries having made the trip over to the island to compete here. And as you can see, we have full 6 rinks going this morning in the mixed pairs group stages, and all the results for those can be found on the World Bowls and Guernsey Indoor Bowling websites. And then we also have a static camera stream for you on the Guernsey Indoor Bowling YouTube if you should wish to watch the match between Jamaica and Ireland this morning. Decent effort there by Harry. Almost got inside of the wide bowl there.
Do this one down. They're much the same. A bowl low.
Quite nice. We can hear what's going on the rink, how the leads and skips are communicating. Taylor there just explaining that those 2 bowls are just short of jack high, which gives Shannon a guide as to whether he can draw inside or have to play the other hand and look to come down onto them.
Good one for you.
Pretty good effort there. I think that's just fallen out. It was certainly looking like shot bowl.
Long way.
Get a toucher, mate. Get it there. You make 3. You're just less than a foot short. Your last one.
Yeah, Shannon's playing down that forehand again. Depends if he's given it the weight to make it up to the jack. I think he has done. Good draw there. 7 ends is a restricted end format, so be quite careful not to drop too many shots, otherwise you give yourself quite a difficult job with a number of ends running out before the end of the set. We are, of course, only on the first end here of the first set.
Mine
Shannon here looking to add another to the count of bowls they already have. Certainly close to it, giving it the weight. Oh, slight touch on the jack there. Becky there, the English lead, just moving out the 2 bowls she's happy to give his shot to New Zealand. And now measuring for a third.
Great. Good shot.
So 3 shots there to New Zealand in the opening end. And as the jack's just going down, we'll just flash over the format of the game for you onto your screen. So as I say, we're playing 2 sets of 7 ends, and then if one team one set and the other team win the other, or there's 2 tied sets, then there'll be a 1-end tie break to decide the winner of the match. And of course no killed ends in this format, so we're using a respot position, which is the centre tee. So no matter which side the jack goes off or over the bank, it'll be respotted to the centre tee position. So just a little bit about the leads. So Becky from England, this is her, I guess, first real international appearance. She's been a non-travelling reserve for England in the past and has played a couple of trials, but following her win of the national singles competition, she earned her place here in Guernsey for the World Bowls Indoor Championships. And to offset, I guess, that lack of experience, she's paired up with Harry Goodwin, who's become a bit of a name in the sport. Certainly played at Potter's Resort for the World Indoor Bowls Championships in the past. And a number of national titles over the last few years. Interestingly, both the English players playing with Taylor bowls here. Looks like Harry's using a Vector VS. Sorry, Becky's using a Vector VS and Harry's using a Blaze. Actually, 3 Taylor bowls on the rink, which is a nice change to our other matches because the New Zealand skip is also using a Taylor. It's a red line. So a few bowls there, a bit over the weight, but it does take a couple of ends to settle down.
off the spot.
So we've had a couple of bowls there from the skips. None sort of troubling the shot wood that Taylor currently has on the jack. Really opting to play down that forehand, looking to slip past the two red bowls. It is a swingy rink, so it will come back nicely for him, but he's just not quite given that the weight to make it to the jack there.
Okay.
And as I say, we've got plenty of other games on as well this morning, and all the live scores from those can be found on the World Bowls and Guernsey Indoor Bowling websites. So you can keep up to date with how the different rinks are getting on. Probably see some of the scores out the back of the camera shot there. And we also have a static camera live stream view of the other rink where we have cameras on, which is Rink 5, currently Jamaica against Ireland. So that can be found on the Guernsey Indoor Bowls YouTube page if you're keen to watch that one. Harry there, I think just looking at options, they have got 2 back bowls. Currently 2 down, he's not really found it on the draw. I suspect he'll stick with it though, this early in the game. Certainly taking his time on the mat. The tip of the head there suggested he didn't like that one particularly much. Yeah, he's just overplayed it. I'm not sure he's even cut out the front one there, so I suspect it's a further 2 to New Zealand, but we'll just wait for that to go up on the board. It is, so 5-0 in favour of New Zealand after 2 ends. So, strong start there by New Zealand, commanding the first set. We are only 2 ends in. As a reminder, we're playing 2 sets of 7 ends.
We've got one couple there. Okay. So it's just some of them do probably the delay base. The other ones
So we're now day 3 of the World Bowls Indoor Championships. So after today, 2 more days of group matches before we get into the knockout stages and then the finals day, which is Saturday. So each country that's taking part, and we have 30 countries that have travelled over to Guernsey, have the option of entering either a male and female competitor. We will compete in the men's singles and ladies singles events, and then they combine forces in the mixed pairs championships. For those countries that have just sent one gender of competitor, they're paired up with another from a different country. So we've got a few mixed teams out there this morning. See, for example, we've got Falkland Islands and Scotland who have paired together to compete against Canada. And the live scores from that game can be found on the World Bowls and Guernsey Indoor Bowling websites. Yeah, Taylor's certainly winning the exchange on the leads front at the moment. Like holding 3 shots. Hopefully Becky does have one behind for England. And this gives Harry an option if Shannon draws one very close and he needs to play the jack back.
Working well, mate. Very good, yeah.
That's a great opening bowl there from Shannon. As you can hear, we have Macau, China on the rink next door. It's great to have so many different countries from all over the world competing here in Guernsey.
Try and drag that a bit. You're yeah, like a debt match catcher as well.
Taylor there clearly indicating to the skip that she'd like him to look to drag the jack back slightly and make their position a bit more secure.
Get under that if you want, or you get right back going.
Okay, not a bad home for it. He's found the centre tee respot, so if not sure how he is going to play this, but should he play the jack off the rink, it'll then be respotted onto the centre tee. Sticking with the draw though, plenty of room, needs to look to cut down. If he can get inside of that outside redwood there, he's got a very good bowl. You certainly reduce the count. This overhead shot's very useful in showing distances and where they might have the option of trailing the jack to, position of the head and all the tactics that go into the sorts of shots they're looking to play here. With Harry's bowler's second wood there, you know, they can New Zealand can look to play it with confidence. If they play it through, they'll make some shots. If they get down to the jack and play that back slightly, they'll make some shots. If they happen to knock Harry's in, it's only one down. They've got a good lead to start them off. Just falling under the line. Rink 2 does whip away from you if you're a little bit tight, so no harm done. There we go, one shot declared to New Zealand, so they take a further point in this set. So they now lead 6-0 after 3 ends.
Yeah.
See, we have a few New Zealand fans watching this morning, although it's later in the evening for you, about 8 o'clock I would guess. Nice opening bowl there from Taylor. Just keeps the pressure up. Can't afford to relax. They are 6 shots ahead. Still 4 ends to play in this set though. This is better by Becky. Much better. She's found just behind the jack shot wood. Doesn't look far away. Oh, made contact with the bowl, but just got the wrong side. Another great bowl there by Becky. Made 2 out of that. Just rested into the head. Certainly a much better end from the leads here. Sort of what I expected of the 2 countries. Good competition. Another good effort by Becky. Played well at that length. Sort of a 3/4 jack. Mats up slightly. Probably looks inviting for Shannon there on the forehand, down into the head. Moving the jack back at all as a result for them. New Zealand holding all the bowls behind the jack here. Certainly looking for it. It's made contact with one of the shot woods. It was well locked in though with Taylor's bowl that was just behind.
Yeah, it's interesting. Not some people have said those shots are much harder just to be up to it. Maybe it depends on your bowls. I normally describe our rink as a kind rink. It will let you play those shots, but not everyone's found that. So obviously their bowls are different.
Great bowl there by Harry. Possibly just frames it a little bit. Might force more weight there out of New Zealand.
Be interesting to see how much weight. Shannon's definitely got a very big fire. He's the only person I've ever seen split a jack against me.
I think these are they steel jacks that have come down from
No, these are
Swansea
composite.
Trace Pride. No, Trace Pride. Opposite, fair enough.
Arriving weight rather than big weight.
Yeah, looking to get underneath those 2 outside bowls. Has managed it. Made good contact there and moved the jack back to his wood.
That's a cracking shot.
Yeah, it was pretty much perfect weight. Didn't spring it too far back. Harry now coming up to take a look at the head. Should only be coming up after playing 2 bowls though, so I suspect the umpires will let this one slide, but shouldn't make a habit of it. Rules for this championship is that leads aren't allowed to visit, and skips can only visit after they've played their second bowl.
And that's because it's on a time limit, so 2-hour time limit. We are trying to keep the games down. Well, World Bowls have set the rules to keep the times down.
Quite likes the look of it. Still looking at it as it's travelling down the green there. Good contact with Shannon's bowl, pushing it through. England's certainly got 3 seconds there at the moment.
Just that slight change in angle. Does that mean the jack will move if he gets hold of it? Not sure if that plant clips the jack or just misses it. They're certainly having a good look. Shannon indicating the jack's going to move sideways to Taylor's other bowl. Very much dictates what shot you're going to play.
It's interesting.
Yeah, not sure if he was specifically trying to cover that, because that's the only England bowl just behind, or if he was just trying to draw between the two greens and see if he can squeeze a counter, or even around if he fell in. So change of hand from Harry. Just pinch the line a bit.
Well, that's another point to New Zealand. So 7-0 now after 4 ends. 3 ends left to play in this set, so England will need to look to start moving. Get 2 shots an end, really. One end of more than 2 shots, of course, but
You go. Come on, Taylor. You go.
Yeah, I'd play that.
there is more of a chance to catch up in these pairs games with each team having 6 bowls on the rink. They are playing, of course, 3 bowl pairs.
Yeah, line's good. One a couple.
Good effort, just a yard.
Okay. The line's good. It's not big. Well played, Taylor. Very good.
Another good bowl there by Taylor.
Very nice.
Decent 2 shots.
She certainly had the upper hand of the 2 leads so far.
Well played, great shot.
Becky's not finished though. Draws a brilliant
You
front
played it
toucher
well.
there.
I think you just stayed there. Same boy as the last. You didn't score, actually.
Yeah, I mean, last one was the first end. The English lead got beat Taylor, so she's just settling into the game now.
The pace. If you got that smidge of more. Oh, that's okay.
Same bowl. Get around it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Pizza.
Stay there if you like.
He's one roll behind.
Not the worst position there. I think New Zealand probably could afford.
Yeah, it's fine.
The risk in going one shot down this end is that you then give the jack away and allow England to play their length. Does he start by covering and then look to draw the shot off, perhaps? I know England are probably looking for a bit of a count to give them a hand back in this game.
Are you allowed to add? See you later.
Let's go for a walk.
Yeah. Sorry. Getting too excited.
Maybe second.
What?
Just draw.
Here's your last.
I feel like if you were. Pardon? Yeah, I think if you're looking to land these, that really helps. It gives us options too.
Yeah, good tactical play there by New Zealand. Drawing down to those woods that are behind, England's woods behind. There means that they cover any big count that they could potentially drop, and it gives an option for moving the bowl or jack through, should they wish to make shot themselves. Not a bad position, probably does beat one or two of England's bowls to the centre respot position.
Unless you want to just draw in and use that word.
Must be a little disappointing there by Harry dropping short. Got plenty of other games on this morning, plenty of other countries playing, so all of the live scores for those can be found on the World Bowls and Guernsey Indoor Bowling websites. Most of them are now halfway through their first set. So Guernsey, for example, are leading Japan 8-3 to 5 ends. Macau, China are leading Botswana 7-2 after 4 ends. Close game between Canada and the combination of Scotland and the Falkland Islands. Canada have the upper hand at the moment, 3-1 after 4 ends. And then the other streamed rink today, which is available on the Guernsey Indoor Bowling YouTube. Jamaica 1 point to Ireland 7 after 4 ends. And on the final rink this morning, Hong Kong, China are 4-1 up against France after 5 ends. Harry there, something just distracting him on the mat, taking a breather and going back to it. Looks like the bowl was coming up from the Japanese lead. Oh, one shot to England. They get a chance at the jack, chance to play the length they like to play. Bit of communication there between the two players, just to make sure they're on the same page about what they should be looking at playing. Certainly need to change something to try and get the upper hand here in this first set. Potentially still a chance to rescue it with a big count. Score is 7-1 after 5 ends in favour of New Zealand.
As for Wyndham Rose, who's dragging yourself? Yes, Rose. And super hard now. Line as well.
Good battle there between the two leads with their first 2 bowls. It's a very good draw there by Becky to start, and Taylor's gone 1 up and got a front toucher, held the jack back slightly. Playing good close bowls like that prevents England from getting a big score too easily. Great trail there by Becky, just played it around the bowl and touched the jack away. Looks like the leads are starting to find their pace now.
Behind the... Start behind the front one.
Another close ball by Becky here. Oh, she sat around. Gives Harry a good position going into his bowls with 2 woods just behind the jack. You can see Shannon there indicating that he'd like Taylor just to draw around and rest into those 2 bowls to protect against any sort of trail there for a count. Big firing shot coming down from Jason Grease, Lady of Guernsey on ring 1. So that's just caused Taylor to pause there. Decent effort. Shannon's head's in the way a bit there to see what's happened, but alright, pushed the jack high ball through and then sat across for to keep shot. That's okay. Kind of had the result that he was looking for with covering those 2 pink bowls of Becky's.
Yeah, got the wood to the right place. Just I don't think that was the approach he was after. A bit more high risk than what he was thinking. Harry's still got a similar idea, just for a little trail around the corner.
Certainly looks close if he finds the jack, which he has done. Brilliant shot there.
Oh, what a cracking shot! Yep.
He's made 2 out of it. Shannon might opt to splat that on the backhand potentially. He has got the New Zealand bowl of Taylor's just in front of the jack. Plenty of people watching from around the world. We've got some in New Zealand, of course, Wales, Australia. Great that you can join us this morning or evening, depending on where you are. Shannon there, I think, was just looking to roll Taylor's, that short red bowl into it and sort of change it and cut down. They don't need to do anything too drastic here. They lead by 6 shots with 2 ends to go. He's playing a bit of a dangerous game. Although he doesn't want to play the forehand and bring the jack out, I suppose. Just looking to draw another. This is much closer. Has made contact with the target wood, but just turned it to the side rather than into the jack.
Good effort by Shannon. Just made it a fraction easier for Harry. Not that it's an easy draw, a bowl away, but no longer have to squeeze around one. Just gives him another sort of bowl within their head to get into.
Yeah, he probably does need to make a 3 here to give them a chance going into the last end. Certainly on a good track for it. Just not quite sent it.
Shannon seems to be looking at the plan, see if it's going to be useful for him. I don't know if he'll stick with that same weight. You can just see in the bottom of your picture the yellow one.
Yeah, there's not a lot of risk around. I mean, I suppose the only risk is playing a lot of weight down on the forehand and splitting his bowl out and taking the other one as well. But can't see that he'd opt to play that.
I can't see the jack not moving.
Played the black backhand, but he's played it under the line. 2 shots there to England, so bringing the score up to 7-3 after 6 ends. Needing a big-ish count here to draw the set, so a 4 to draw. Confirmation of the scores there for you, and you can find the scores of all the other matches on this morning on the World Bowls and Guernsey Indoor Bowling websites, where we have live scoring for you.
Well played.
Great start there by Becky. Congratulated by Harry there.
Just a loose first couple of ends from Becky, but other than that she's settled down well.
We go.
Yeah, I think got turnover.
我爭2尺啊。OK，裝埋你唔理。
Yeah, I think it was those 5 shots they dropped in the first 2 ends that really made it difficult for them to
Yeah, very good.
compete in this set. Certainly much better the second half of this first set. Becky there drawing in another shot.
Who's the lost it?
Yeah, you did it again. Well played. Very good. Great.
That's
Great.
Hey,
another
right through
counter.
there, Taylor. Right through the jack. Get any of the bowls, you probably get more likely to get 2 bowls out.
Certainly done a bit, trying to put the pressure on.
Yes.
The right thing.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's like Taylor's playing a tighter line there, more weight. That's just undergreened it though and got
That's in
past the head.
You're on there now.
Okay.
Just went in the ditch that one.
Oh, England have 3 of the 4 shots they need to tie the set.
Same legs, isn't it?
Shannon should really be heading up there. They can only visit after their second bowl. Decent draw by Harry, makes it into the count. That's the 4 they need.
From the green, you've got 3 bowls.
Yeah. First one.
So this might put some pressure on now. First pressure that Shannon's had in this game here. Opting for a strong wood, straight down the middle.
Good.
Good contact with the head there, both, well, 2 of England's bowls leaving. So all he needs to do at this stage is keep the count down. Fairly wide target, given the spread of bowls. But good contact, it's a good shot anyhow.
Okay.
Harry there, drawing another back.
Thoughts?
3 shots in the head at the moment to England. They need a 4 for a draw of this set.
Well, it's a similar setup, so I'm happy. I mean, you just played a good one, so do it twice.
Taylor there, happy for
Okay, not bad.
Shannon to
Okay.
play another runner. Down into the head, remove some more bowls. Stays on his forehand. Looks like he's played it well. Fortunately, we've got the bowl of Taylor's there, so it gives Harry a bit more room.
好，嚟再嚟一齊行會嘅啫。
Yeah, yeah.
One in your hand. I would, we were getting off line tonight.
So this is shaping up to being an interesting last couple of bowls of this set. We are of course playing 2 sets of 7 ends in this championship, so this is the last end of the first set.
OK，你隻5尺。
Harry needs to draw in here to get the 4 that England need to draw the set, which he has done.
And he's not really made it any wider.
No, forces a shot on New Zealand, puts the pressure on here. They've led the whole set, had a good lead at the start. Comes down to this firing shot from Shannon. Got it away smoothly.
Shot.
He's done enough there, removed 2 of the English bowls. Leaves the
Very good, Shannon.
scoreline 2 to England for this set, which makes the overall score for the first set 7-5 after 7 ends. Certainly a much closer second half of the set there.
Yeah. Well, England took the second half really, but unfortunately dropped too many at the start. He asked questions there and answered by Shannon. A few good running shots.
So as New Zealand won the first set, even though they didn't win the last end, they have the mat and the jack. So some of the other games on this morning are now finishing their first sets, and all the live scores from those games can be found on the World Bowls and Guernsey Indoor Bowling website. Just to run across them quickly, Guernsey have taken the first set against Japan. In this game, of course, New Zealand has taken the first set against England. The Botswana-Macau China game are just finishing off their first set, but Macau China lead 12-2. So first set will go to Macau China. Looks like Canada have taken the first set against the combination of Falkland-Scotland. 6-2. Ireland have taken the first set against Jamaica, and Hong Kong China have taken the first set against France. Better bowl there from Taylor. Nice toucher. You can see Shannon there chalking the ball to indicate it's touched the jack, and will still be live if it enters the ditch at the back of the rink, should it be hit in by another bowl. Becky likes this. Nice and close to the jack. Really good effort. Certainly gives Harry something to work with, means he can draw into it with confidence. Any touch on the jack or the bowl is in his favour. Harry's still watching his bowl come down the green there, so just looking for a bit of information, I think, as to how it's running. A couple of yards through with his first bowl.
I think maybe just a bit heavier than he intended. I'd imagine he's just trying to arrive to the wood, settle on the wood, tickle the jack a bit.
I think Shannon's sort of demonstrating what he was after. That makes it a bit more difficult for Harry to get in. I think he's now got to aim to play the outside of Taylor's bowl and swing the jack across. Certainly looks like it removes the clean shot for him.
So looking at a perfect draw this time, and he's been drawing well since the second half.
That's a very good effort.
Yeah, a bit unlucky to fall over or not just hit the ball.
Did look like there was a gap between the yellow wood and Taylor's red wood at the shot, but it didn't quite look clean for the jack, and I think that just confirms it. Caught the bowl before he had a chance to find any part of the jack there, which would have moved it. Certainly a strong second, and it means that even if he does play down there on the same hand, he can turn the shot bowl away. If he hits the yellow, he's going to be turning his in, which will make contact with the jack. Shannon looking between the two bowls there. Oh, he almost found the gap. And actually where his bowlers ended up means that the plant isn't as easy now. Probably reduces Tarry's target down to just that red shot bowl again.
Yeah, it's certainly difficult. I'm not quite sure if Shannon was trying to get between those woods or just around to between the two pinks at the back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The players can see better on the green how it's lined up, but whether there's a heavier shot into the front yellow, not sure what's behind. I know it's two of England for sure. We can see there on the camera. Looking to play around to the red bowl. It's not very far away from it. Good contact there, movement on the jack as we expected. Certainly made one shot.
Brilliant ball.
One shot it is, I believe. He was unlucky there not to make two out of that. But first end of the second set goes to England.
Just showing he's not too worried about the jack length. Let the lead decide.
So while this first couple of balls are going up, we're just going to flash a ticket tail across the bottom of your screen there.
Far away.
I think you've got to go there.
Keeps that. I'll probably go there, Taylor. Yeah. Try and land right on top of it. You draw, yeah, get a little toucher, you actually get two. Just there you go, mate. There you go. That's good enough.
So we've got 7 sessions a day on at these World Bowls Indoor Championships. Typically mixed pairs in the morning, first 2 sessions, and then moving into the men's or ladies singles in the afternoon, followed by the men's or ladies singles in the evening. Looking to live stream as much as possible for you, so we get a good volume of bowls out there and as many countries as possible. We have this commentated live stream on at the moment, and also a static stream live stream, which is 4 cameras overlooking rink 5, which is currently showing Jamaica against Ireland. So if you're keen to follow the players on that rink, then check that out on the Guernsey Under Bowling YouTube page. And these World Bowls Indoor Championship invites all of the countries that are members of the International Indoor Bowls Council and World Bowls to send a male and female representative across to the island of Guernsey, or wherever it's hosted, to play in the men's or ladies singles, and then team up to play in the mixed pairs championships.
Just there, isn't it? And then mark down. Yeah. Bit length.
No one's quite found the jack so far this end. Turn now of the New Zealand skip, Shannon. So Shannon's got quite a lot of experience, over 350 caps for New Zealand. It's almost paid off there, but did play it across to Becky of England's bowl. Good draw there by Harry. Nicely between the bowls and up to the jack, makes it 2 to.
Your one is that far behind.
T-way.
2 to England. I don't want to interrupt Taylor there.
Bowl low. To be honest, there's a trick both ways. I quite like searching down through here. Yeah.
It's always interesting to listen and watch the direction the leads give to their skips. Really nice when you get somebody as clear and communicative as Taylor to demonstrate what you'd like them to do and the thought process behind it. Right, wait for the job under the on the forehand there. Just move one of Harry's up though, so that's now 3 to England. Harry and Becky from England there just taking time to consider what the risks are here, which is the red and yellow bowls there at the bottom of the screen. I suspect Harry's going to look to cover those off with a backhand draw. Let's get around to where the New Zealand pair are currently standing, or a little closer to the centre.
No ball. Okay. Good job, no ball.
Yeah, I think they got the tee already, so it's just slightly back to the right.
Yeah, it looks difficult for New Zealand to draw into that head and get shot bowls. They might opt to play some weight here. Well, Harry was either trying to draw another shot or dropped it short. We'll say he was trying to draw another shot.
We'll give him credit for that then. We'll say it was a shot.
Currently 4 to England. A bit of a reverse at the start of the first set where New Zealand picked up 5 in 2 ends. I suspect we might see some weight here given how close those 3 bowls are to the jack. The 4th is outdrawable, but the other 3 look a bit difficult unless he finds the gap on the forehand.
Yeah, I can't see it be any worse by going right through it.
As he said there, if he kills the jack, it goes on the centre respot and he's only 1 down with that pink bowl at the bottom of your screen. So we might see full weight here. Played it very strongly. He got away with that, didn't he? Made contact with one of the wide woods, came down into the centre and pinged the jack back to one of his own. Few comments coming in there on that last bowl. That was a result, but yeah, I think he got away with that.
Yeah, I mean it was never going to be any worse, but from missing the target very slightly, maximum result.
Yeah, from 4 down to 2 up, you thought he might have removed a couple of bowls, maybe go on 1 or 2 down, but to be 2 up is fortunate. So after 2 ends, New Zealand lead England by 1 shot, 2-1, having won the first set. Well, the lead's there, building the head. 1 good shot for New Zealand to get put behind. And have a couple of bowls behind. No wasted bowls there, which is good.
Well, all 3 just over. All three from England just over, but all three still in a good place.
A couple of questions on what the rink next door are wearing. It's casual wear, unfortunately, for Macau, as Macau China, as their bags are somewhere between here and Dubai. We had quite a few teams come over without luggage, unfortunately, after the flooding at the Dubai airport. Something like 30,000 bags, not with their owners, as they should be. Slowly coming over to the island of Guernsey over the last couple of days, but still a few teams without bags. Bit awkward for them, bit unsettling for them, but they seem to have settled down with the bowls they've been loaned and sort of had to get on with things.
Yeah, uniform-wise, they were given dispensation by World Bowls. I think it would be very harsh to say your team shirts haven't arrived, so you can't play.
Yes, especially if you've been travelling so far, it would be quite unfair. Harry's also running through a bit there, going to settle back with Becky's bowls.
Yeah, was he drawing, or was he just trying to get hold of that jack? He's drawn some really good stuff, so wonder if he would just try and draw that.
Certainly is drawable. He's been drawing well inside that sort of space he's been given. Decent track again. It does swing well on this rink. Far away from the target. Decent draw there by Shannon. Added another one to the count. Looks like 3 to New Zealand at the moment. But it's a bit of pressure on Harry. He doesn't want to drop big counts like that. Although he has got quite a few sat just through the head. Good effort there by Harry. Good contact down on the backhand with the target bowl. Didn't quite get the connection he was looking for. I think he probably did remove one of New Zealand, so only 2 shots there, leading now 4-1 after 3 ends. Good to see there's plenty of people watching from around the world, New Zealand, the UK, further afield. Good ball there by Becky, nice one, nice and close.
Wicked. Play Taylor.
That's a good resting bowl there by Taylor, draw a shot off. Leeds have certainly come into the game from probably the second half of the first set. Makes some much more interesting heads. We are of course playing 2 sets of 7 ends here at the World Bowls Indoor Championships. Score there for you in the bottom left of the screen. 4-1 after 3 ends. And plenty of other games going on this morning, and all the live scores for those games can be found on the World Bowls and Guernsey Indoor Bowling websites. There's also a live stream of Ring 5, which is 4 static cameras, which is available on the Guernsey Indoor Bowling YouTube. With a decent draw by Taylor in the area for sure.
Harry just asking, just reaching. Rebecca with 2 thereabouts, but anything just through the head will be good.
Difficult to get the jack going in that direction though for England down to the pink bowls.
Yeah, I think he wanted a bit tighter. Probably wouldn't have minded if Rebecca just missed on the tight side. But it's still all there for Harry.
Sounds like the stadium's taking off, so the heating's come on. We had it on at all, particularly yesterday. It was nice and warm in the building.
Yep.
A little colder on the island today, so just come on and bring up the temperature. Now the players were commenting when they got here as to whether there was air conditioning or not. I know they
Right through it. Well played.
and the green speed changes a lot when there's air conditioning, cooling as well as heating, so they're quite pleased to hear it was just heat coming into the stadium. Harry's gone for a weighted option there. Found all the gaps in the head, unfortunately.
Got the tea now. See, you just got to stay here. Pardon? Okay.
So New Zealand of course not permitted to visit. He's only played 1 bowl, so he can only visit after his 2nd bowl, so relying on his lead Taylor there to call the right shot. Just having a look at the head from England's point of view in terms of what they could look to play through. So covering down towards the tee for Shannon. You can see there on this view pretty close to that tee mark, which is a good bowl. If the jack goes off the sides or over the back of the rink, then it's respotted to the centre tee position. So not using the side spots in this competition. Opted for less weight now, looking to come down onto that yellow wood. Touch wide. Another one in the area.
He's stuck in well. Not sure if that made 2nd.
Okay, good.
Certainly close for 2nd bowl.
Good. Good turn.
We're having a good squint at the screen. It's the thing we're probably 4 or 5 meters behind the head on that camera angle, so slightly deceptive.
Okay, huh?
So Shannon's saying not too much risk if he's just sitting his yellow over. As he's just behind. Might get to Harry's if he's really close to it.
Yeah, Harry's ending in the position it has done is sort of locks that yellow one in almost. He did see it going clean through. He's playing the weight before.
Bao giờ?
Well, that's taken away the big score, I think. So landed one of England's bowls. Split the 3 of theirs up. They're looking to play, I think, on the backhand with a couple of yards away, either sitting in off of that just short red bowl or getting to the yellow and flicking it away. Not an easy shot, not an easy head to play into.
I mean, he doesn't have many options anyway, but I feel it's a fairly low percentage. If he gets the outside of the yellow, he goes 2 down.
He has got the outside of the yellow there, and yeah, you're right, he is 2 down. Feels like England are just chasing shots a little bit now. I think possibly how the first set went. We're halfway through the second set now, 4 rounds done.
What?
Just the 1 down, so no worse.
Fine margins.
So 5-1 after 4 ends. So England need to make 5 shots over the next 3 ends to take it to a tie break. Did of course lose the first set to New Zealand 7-5. So it's great that the World Bowls Indoor Championships is able to move around the world. So last year it was in Australia, Morella. This year it's come to the small island of Guernsey, which is just off the coast of France. Guernsey being one of the member nations of the International Indoor Bowls Council. And 30 countries ranging from Ireland, Isle of Man, Jamaica, Namibia, Norfolk Islands have come over. Just looking around the stadium at the flags that you can see hanging in the picture. Well adjusted there by Taylor, getting just behind the jack.
I mean, it is still there. The wing one's jack level, basically. Track.
Yeah, another nice draw in there. Made shot bowl. Important just to keep the pressure up on England. Better bowl there from Becky. Nicely settled in front of the jack for Shotwood. Certainly having a much better game now.
Okay, one down. Only just one down, but that's a bowl through. Yeah, that is good.
Harry there managing to slip past that red bowl. I think he's made it into the count, so potentially 2 shots there to England. They do probably need to score a 2 here.
Taylor likes this one. Just drifting down though.
Yeah. He has, however, tipped the shot bowl onto the jack and moved it back towards the red New Zealand bowls, so possibly cut out what was Harry from England's second shot. Good effort here by Harry. Needs to be pretty careful where he trials the jack to, and he's pretty much nailed the front of that. And has managed not to move it too far to take the pink out of contention. So, very good bowl there.
Stop 贏嘅，再嚟啊！頭先個力 OK 㗎啦，再壓一壓自己或者壓到佢嘅，攞啱先得㗎。Same weight。
Close to it. Made good contact with the Shotwoods there. Interesting the way that Becky's almost went forward there, having bounced off of Harry's bowl, but it certainly reduced the count. I don't know if it's the red bowl or the blue bowl, but certainly improved New Zealand's position.
So difficult options for Harry there. One keeps him in with a shout. I mean, it's the tiniest of gaps, but if you can get between the pink one on the left and the jack, might be able to at least turn them away enough to make 2 or 3.
Even if he turns that pink bowl in, he's going to be close for making a shot or moving the jack for a couple. New Zealand have been playing very well, so he certainly needs that quality of bowl. That's unlucky contact there.
Yeah, bit off target, but unlucky with that result. think they said 3, but we'll see what goes up on the board. Three up on the board. So we'll look to give you a few live scores. See if we can get that going on the camera for you.
So there you can see the scores from some of the other games. And all of the scores, live scoring is available on the World Bowls and Guernsey and Bowling website. Scoring this game though, with 2 ends left to play in the second set, New Zealand are leading by 7 shots, 8-1.
Big garden, but
Okay.
Much better ball there from Taylor. We can touch her just behind the jack. There's an appreciative comment in the chat, which is very nice to see. So pleased that we're able to bring you this coverage and as much coverage as possible from the World Bowls Indoor Championships. As I say, there's 7 sessions a day, and we're looking to live stream every session, provide as much coverage of all the different countries as possible, so people can watch their friends and family.
Or colleagues or countrymen.
Yes. Becky's left Harry with a little bit of work to do there, but our bowls are well grouped. Might give him an option as the end develops.
Yeah, need a big count here, so even if Gary, even if Harry, the other Gary, the Harry, even if he gets these 3 in, it still leaves him with a lot of work to do on the last end. So need a big score here, so he's going to have to look to try and move the jack towards Becky's to make them count. Just give him Harry a little bit more to use if he's a fraction tight.
He's not far away from it. Is he there? He is there. He's run up to it well. Drawn a good shot wood. Possibly. I don't know if that's. I mean, it's a very good bowl, a very good draw, but potentially makes it harder to make a number of shots out of it. Looks like he's almost sat on the carpet seam of the jack there, so he's just sat up slightly on it as well. Yeah, New Zealand probably don't want to really overplay this. They don't need shot bowl. They do need to make sure they don't drop a big score here, so they're just taking a look behind the head as to where the danger is, which is that pack of 3 bowls, which is supported by Harry's blue one out there. So it's the 4 English bowls in the centre of the screen.
we didn't seem so happy with that weight with his last one. But for me, that's the weight I've been trying to try and get it down there.
So you've just been asked where the Jamaica-Ireland game is being streamed. So that's on the Guernsey Indoor Bowling YouTube channel. So it's just a static stream of 4 cameras providing coverage of the rink there. So that's very much for people that want to watch their specific country.
OK 一樣。
I think it's fair to say we can provide commentated coverage of both the rinks, but with 7 sessions a day, it's quite a lot to ask. So trying to focus on one feature rink and then also provide additional coverage of another rink if people want to watch a specific country. It's a good bowl there by Shannon. New Zealand have covered off the danger well. Harry gets it perfectly. There may still be a 3 on the cards with his bowl as well. It's looking difficult, isn't it, for a big count here?
Well, he said he's drawing it, so
fine, okay.
He's just trying to get a couple of shots.
One of those ones.
Certainly looking close to it again. That's an incredible draw. Really good bowl.
Yeah, if you don't need a score, that's a cracking bowl. Well, it's a cracking bowl for what you played anyway.
So, final end of this second set. New Zealand leading England 8-3, so a full score here needed for England to take the second set. They do have to win this second set, having lost the first. Some of the other games are starting to progress through as well, so interesting on rink 1 where Japan are 8-3 up against Guernsey, so potentially taking them to a tie-break end. Macau are up again against Botswana, so I suspect it'll be 2 sets to them. Scotland, Falkland Islands are still having a tight game against Canada. Canada currently leading 4-1 after 5 ends, so just exchanging 1 shot an end in that game. Ireland looking well up against Jamaica on rink 5, leading 14-1 after 6 ends. And the final rink, much closer second set. Really good to see between Hong Kong, China and France. Hong Kong leading by just 1 point going into the final end. Actually looks like the final ball coming down from France here. Taylor's done what she's done for most of the game, which has been a real solid lead for New Zealand. Drawing a good close bowl there with her first. Makes it difficult for England to score the count they need.
You're all over that. It's pretty good. Yeah.
So Taylor just not quite getting there with that wood. Harry's got a hint of a chance. It's going to be very difficult to get rid of Taylor's back one, but if he can, England or Becky have the next three. Made it difficult again, but on the other hand, has given Harry a slight angle, which might help him.
Sorry? Yeah.
Really good.
So can Harry, desperate times, but backhand runner, play the pink. He's just going to stick for a draw, just play the game out. Looks like he might have just played the forehand runner, but
Yeah.
not sure what he's going to achieve on there.
Getting onto his own, I think. Well, he's managed to move the red ball out. It's unfortunate his bowler settled between the two, well, between the red and the yellow ball there.
Stay check.
Very good.
Oh.
Well played.
Another good wood from Shannon.
Okay.
Don't think Harry's even going to come and visit this. Draw in, try and get shot.
Good time.
He's got no options really.
Certainly a good effort. If he sits off the red there, like he has done, he's getting for shot, which is good.
Achieved his target.
So they'll play all the ends and all the bowls in the group stage as the
Get you to the deck. Could squeeze down to us. Could get a wee shimmy off your front.
shots count towards the overall standing should the number of games won and sets won be drawn.
Okay, good.
I think you can afford to reach it. Sensible weight.
No, I think you can just afford weight light.
Cho埋你啊，10寸前呢只。
Close to it, move the jack. I think it's still one to Harry there. But good game from both teams, much better once they got into the first set. Brilliant game from there. Nice and close between both good teams there. Good to watch, and we'll be back shortly with the stream of Spain against Scotland. So Lisa and Pete Bonsall against Julie Forrest and Michael Stepney. We'll see you shortly.